students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, let us study about the refraction of light through different type of lenses. Basically, we are going to study about two types of lenses, the convex lens and concave lens. So convex lens is also called as a converging lens and concave lens is also called as a diverging lens. So let us understand why this convex lens is called as a converging lens and concave lens is called as a diverging lens. So the convex lens is drawn in this manner. Basically, the convex lens is bulging in the center and it is thin at the edges. So we can say that the convex lens is thick in the center and thin in the edges, whereas the concave lens is thin in the center and it is thick at the edges. So this way we can show that the convex lens is thick in the center, whereas concave lens is thin in the center. And here we can mark the center point of the lens, that is nothing but the optical center. The center point on the lens is called as optical center and it is represented by the letter O. The line which is passing through the optic center is called as the principal axis. The line which passes through the optic center is known as principal axis. Similarly, in the concave lens also, the line which passes through the optic center, this is nothing but the principal axis. I am showing you both the lenses simultaneously so that you can understand what is the difference between the convex lens and the concave lens. So, let us draw the incident ray. These two are the incident rays. Basically, the incident rays emerge from source of light. Maybe the natural source of light is the sun or any artificial source of light like the candle or mercury lamp. Okay, so basically from the source of light, the incident rays fall on the convex lens and after refraction they converge, they meet at a point on the principal axis and that particular point is called as focus. And this focus is represented by capital F. So these are the refracted rays. So it is very clear from this diagram, the incident rays fall on the convex lens and after refraction, because these incident rays are getting refracted since the medium is different. Here the medium is air and the lens is made up of glass. Since there are two transparent medium and earlier we have studied that a ray of light, when it passes from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, it will undergo the refraction. So here also when the incident ray passes from air to glass, it gets refracted. Now when these incident rays get refracted and meet at a point on the principal axis, this particular point is called as principal focus and this focus is represented by the letter F. Similarly, let us see what happens in the case of a concave lens. So when the incident rays strike the concave lens, the rays get diverged away from each other. This is how the refracted rays diverge away from each other. So here we can see the rays diverge away from each other and when extended behind, they appear to meet at a point which is called as the focus. So basically it is very clear. In the convex lens, the rays actually meet at the focus and in the concave lens, the rays appear to meet at the focus. This is the reason convex lens is also called as a converging lens and concave lens is called as a diverging lens. So let us understand the meaning of focal length. The distance between the optic center and the focus is nothing but the focal length and focal length is represented by small f. So we need to understand the difference between capital F and small f. Capital F is nothing but the focus, the point where the refracted rays actually meet or appear to meet. That is nothing but the focus. Whereas focal length is nothing but the distance between the optic center and the focus. So similarly in the concave lens also we can mark the distance between the optic center and the focus. So this particular distance where you can see, that is nothing but the focal length. So we can measure the focal length of a given lens by focusing a faraway source of light or any faraway object. So we can focus and then we can obtain the image on the wide screen and measure the distance between the lens and the screen. So that distance will be nothing but the focal length. So that is how we can perform some simple activities to measure the focal length of the given lens. So we need to understand what is the meaning of center of curvature. This is the focus and this point is nothing but the center of curvature. So center of curvature is nothing but the center of the sphere where the lens was a part of the sphere. So basically these all are spherical lenses. So it is a part of a sphere. So that center of the sphere where the lens was a part of it, that is nothing but the center of curvature. And it is also represented as 2f. We can also write it as 2f. For example, if this point is f and this is 2f, so there is a relation between the center of curvature and the focal length. Let us see that. So the distance between the optic center and 2f, okay, that is nothing but the center of curvature. So this distance is nothing but the radius of curvature represented by r. The distance between the optic center and center of curvature. This is the radius of curvature. So what is the relationship between the radius of curvature and the focal length? So there is a formula for that. Let me write here. R is equal to 2f. R is equal to twice the focal length. R represents the radius of curvature and f is the focal length of the given lens. So R is equal to 2f. So if suppose the focal length of the lens is 10 cm, then what will be the radius? 2 into 10. 20 cm will be the radius. So similarly, we can also calculate the focal length. F is equal to R by 2. When radius is given, we can calculate the focal length. For example, the radius of curvature is given as 30 centimeters. Then we can calculate the focal length by substituting the value in this formula. 30 divided by 2, that is equal to 15 centimeters. So the focal length of the lens will be equal to 15 centimeters. So this is how we can calculate either the focal length or the radius of curvature. Depends on what values are given, you can apply through this formula. So I hope the concept of convex and concave lens and the difference between the convex lens and concave lens is clear to you all. And I hope this video is very useful to you all. So please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you in my upcoming videos. Thank you.